Good morning, folks. Before we begin, yesterday's reported hospital death was in Pakistan, not India. Your brain will do that at 4 a.m. Apologies. We've got the transit of Venus, a tornado outbreak, and what we hope is not a sign of a disaster coming to Saudi Arabia. We're going to kick off with the transit, little Mercury coming directly between Earth and Sun, and it was somewhat serene to watch it track across the disk for a few hours. Here in New Mexico, we had clouds all day which obscured visibility, but the SDO satellite was able to deliver a full view of the event from start to finish. Let's come over to spaceweathernews.com. During the transit, there was a bit of image delivery issues, but they were corrected and reloaded with the full disk, multiple small eruptions and surface events as Mercury passed by, but none produced any significant Earth-directed CMEs. Solar flaring, still pitiful when a slight uptick can't even break us out of B-class range. This is especially impressive as weak activity goes because the last 48 hours have seen a surge in both sunspot number and sunspot coverage. New spots emerged just south of the big one already established. Magnetism is beta class with some peripheral chances for mixing, but thus far in general positive and negative are still giving each other the silent treatment. Solar wind here. In yellow, you see the plateau of solar wind speed and the beginning of the end to the coronal hole stream. Earth's magnetic field has calmed down considerably since the weekend storm events. The next set of coronal holes is already visible incoming on the north. That is the start of the positive northern IMF and will face Earth in 2 days. Interesting paper out about the solar polar fields and how weak they have been of late, especially the north. These scientists say it could delay the onset of the coming cycle in the northern hemisphere, which could mean another step towards grand minimum. The prediction is novel, but the observation shouldn't be new to veteran observers. You can read or reread our papers on the solar polar fields by clicking the featured link there at spaceweathernews.com. Seems those scientists saw the same weakening that we have. Then there's this. 4 days since the release to live leak and still no debunkings. Could be a real sand blowhole. This phenomena is not so rare after earthquake liquefaction, but there has been none in Saudi Arabia. So this leaves the top candidate for producing these blowholes as underground caves or lava tubes. I'm picturing Aladdin looking for the lamp under the sands of the desert. And as fun as that might be, if this is a new venting, it could mean that one of the fault systems nearby has destabilized the region. It would most likely be from the powerful earthquakes that have struck northeast of this area over the last few years. Something to keep an eye on for sure. Top story beneath our feet the last day was a double ash eruption in Chile. Another volcano awakens. Yesterday I watched low cell intensification over the U.S. and southwest of Greenland as the solar storm waned away. That energy integration could be seen in the rare earthquake that struck the area of Greenland where the Earth spot approached. Also had one above average in the Caribbean. But as the low over the central U.S. intensified, the production was quite different. There are deaths reported and a ton of damage that the storms caused that ripped through the middle of the country last night. Multiple tornadoes with some reaching half a mile wide or more. In addition to the outbreak of tornadoes, we saw more mega hail as the temperature gradients continue to be more extreme and the space energy creates the condensation nuclei required. Good luck if that hits you. Folks, we got that new Deeper Look episode out that we mentioned yesterday. Should have a couple more coming this week, so keep checking that section for updates. We've got pressure and radar across the globe, followed by shots of our star to close. It's 3:45 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.